Chess is a recreational and competitive board game played between two players. The board is set up as shown. There should always be a white square at the closest right-hand side for both players. Remember that the queen must be on a square that match her color. Pawns only move forward. On the first move, a pawn can move one or two spaces. Every subsequent move can only be one space. Pawn move diagonally to take opponent. If a pawn reaches the opposite side of the board, it is promoted to a higher piece, except king. Rooks move in continuous line forwards, backwards, and side to side. Knights are the only pieces that jump off the board. Unlike other pieces, they are not blocked if there are pieces between them and their destination square. To make it easier to remember how a knight moves, think of an L, two spaces in a direction forward, backward or side to side, and one space at right turn. Bishops move in continuous diagonal lines in any direction. The queen moves in continuous diagonal and straight lines, forward, backward, and side to side. The king can move in any direction, one square at a time. A king cannot move to a square that is under attack by the opponent. Castling is the only move that allows two pieces to move during the same turn. During castling, a king moves two spaces towards the rook that it will castle with, and the rook jumps to the other side. The king can castle to either side as long as 1. The king has not moved. 2. The king is not in check. 3. The king does not move through or into check. 4. There are no pieces between the king and castling side rook. 5. The castling side rook has not moved. It doesn't matter. A. If the king was in check but is no longer. B. If the rook can be attacked by. En passant is a special movement for pawns attacking pawns. It only applies if your opponent moves a pawn two spaces, and its destination space is next to your pawn. You can take the opposing piece by moving forward diagonal to your pawn's attack square. A king is in check when an opponent's piece is in a position that can attack the king. A player must move their king out of the check, block the check, or capture the attacking piece. Putting an opponent king in checkmate is the only way to win the game. A king is in checkmate if it is in check. The opponent piece that has the king in check cannot be captured. The check cannot be blocked, and the king cannot move to a square that is not under attack. In the illustration, the white queen has the black king in check, and all of those spaces where the king can move can be attacked by the queen. The king cannot take the queen because the knight is protecting the queen. The black bishop cannot block the queen. This is checkmate. Simply put, a stalemate is a tie. It is achieved if there are no legal moves for a player to make. In this illustration, it is white's turn. All spaces around the king are being attacked, but the king is not in check. Therefore, it cannot move. The only other white piece, the pawn, is blocked by the king. Because movement is impossible, the game is a stalemate. If white had another piece somewhere on the board that was not blocked, it would have to move, the game would continue.